So hello everyone, thanks for tuning in. In today's session, we are basically going to just do this question on depreciation. So here, a company that makes up its financial statements annually to 31st December provides for depreciation of its machinery. That is true. So as it's providing depreciation for its machinery, it does so at a rate of 15% per annum. So it's going to do so at that 15% per annum, reducing balance method. On 31st December 2018, the machinery consisted of three items purchased below. Now, here there is something that you need to point out. I need to point out. A company makes up its financial statements annually to 31st December. So, meaning that 31st December is always the last day of the financial year. Okay? Because they are counting, from January to 31st December, that's the last day. And now they're telling us that the last day of the financial year, that is 31st December 2018, this is what the machinery pool was comprised of. We have machinery A, we have machinery B, and we have machinery C. Now, they are also showing us the dates at which these machines were, actually it is 1st January 2016, machine A was at that cost. 1st September 2017, machine B was at that cost. That is when it was bought. It cost that much. Then machinery C or machine C, 1st May 2018, machine C cost 3,000 as at that date. And so the requirement here is that we're supposed to calculate for the depreciation for the year 2018. It's as simple as that. We are using reducing balance method. Now take note of this. This is machinery. Machinery is an asset. An asset is a balance sheet item. Now, when it comes to balance sheet, the balance sheet derives its stature or its composition from what we call the accounting equation. We all know the accounting equation. I've mentioned this in my previous sessions, that assets is equal to liabilities and owners' equity. One side of the accounting equation shows where the money is coming from. The other side of the accounting equation shows who is contributing that money. That's why the accounting equation is like, capital plus liabilities. Capital plus liabilities is going to be equal to assets, or call it assets is equal to liabilities plus owner's equity. One side where the money is coming from, the other side what the money is doing or what it has been used to purchase. Now, because this is the accounting equation and it happens from the very beginning of the business, then you realize that all items in the accounting equation, the assets, the liabilities, and the owner's equity, will always have closing balances at the end of the period. And these closing balances at the end of the period will always be the opening balances of the next trading period. This is not the case when it comes to expenses and revenues. When it comes to expenses and revenues, these are the elements that make up the income statement. The expenses and revenue only make up the income. They are only captured for the specific trading period, for the specific 12 months period, and that's it. But for balance sheet, there's always a closing balance, and that closing balance becomes the opening balance the next financial year. Now here they want us to calculate the depreciation for 2018. But when we look at these machines that you're looking at, you realize that it's beginning from 2016. Now between 2016 and 2018, 2016 is way behind. It is about 3 years behind. So that means that for us to be able to get the correct method, to correct depreciation for 2018, looking at the information we are having here, we are supposed to start calculating depreciation from 2016, then we calculate the depreciation for 2017, as you can see here, then there we calculate the depreciation for 2018. That is how we'll be able to arrive at the correct depreciation for 2018, because these things, they build on each other. The depreciation of the previous year affects the depreciation of the, current year, and the depreciation of the current year will affect the depreciation of the next year. Why? Because these depreciation rates keep reducing the value of the asset, which is represented as the net book value of the asset, And so, we need to factor in this when we are depreciating or when we are doing this calculation. So in this particular number, as you can see, this simply means that we are going to start our depreciation calculations from 2016 until we arrive at 2018. So we are going to approach it like that. Now from here we can see that we have machine A, machine B, machine C. So I'm going to draw here a simple table that is going to help us to depreciate. We are going to depreciate one machine at a time. And at the end of the day, when we reach 2018, we shall be able to find, or we shall be able to get, the depreciation rate for the entire pool, the machinery pool. So let's get started. We have, let's see here. So what we are going to do, we are calculating depreciation, and of course depreciation is calculated at the last date of the financial year. I mean, after the machine has been fully depreciated. So meaning that this machine was bought 1st January 2016. So in 2016, December 31st, we want to look at the cost of the machine. So the cost of the machine at the beginning of the year was 2,000, okay? Or let me do it this way. So this is a calculation for depreciation for 2016. Okay, so for 2016 we have the costs. The cost of the machine here is 2,000, so I'll put here 2,000. And then now the depreciation. Now remember the depreciation rate here is at reducing balance. So if it is reducing balance depreciation, I'll use a different color to calculate depreciation. So the depreciation here is going to be 15% per annum. So it's going to be 15 over 100 times 2,000, and that is going to give us 300. And when we subtract that, we are going to end up with depreciation for machine A after 2016, which is going to become 1,700. That is as far as 2016 is concerned for machine A. Like I said, I prefer, let us go machine by machine, okay? So I'm going to depreciate machine A up to current. So this will go on to 2017. The cost of the machine as at 2017, remember previously it had stopped at 1,700. So we shall open up with 1,700, okay? That is a machine. Then let's talk about the depreciation during that year. So the less depreciation, it's going to be 15%, reducing balance, yeah, 15% of the balance, which is 1,700. And of course, 15% of 1,700 is going to leave us with 255. When we subtract that, we shall end up with the net book value, or the value of the machine as at the end of 2017. And in this case, which is with 1,445. That is machine A. Okay, so we finished its depreciation in 2017, then let's go on to 2018, which is the current year, because here they're telling us that on 31st December 2018. So in 2018, we look at the cost of this machine, which is going to be, 1,445. Let's talk about its depreciation. That is going to become 15%. Multiply that by 1,445. So that is going to end up leaving us with 216.75. So it is going to be 216.75. When we subtract that, we shall end up with the net book value, of 1,228.25. That is as far as machine A is concerned. We have depreciated it from the time it was bought, which was 2016, and now to 2018, and this is its current net book value as of 2018. But remember, the question requires us to find the calculations for depreciation for 2018. So it means that as far as machine A is concerned, the calculations for depreciation are these ones of 2018. The one in black, 216.75, that's the depreciation. of the machine at 2018. So we finished with machine A. Now let's go on to machine B. Now take note that here for machine A, this 15% per annum is depreciation for the whole year. That is for the whole 12 months. As you can see, in 2016, the machine was bought at 1st of January 2016. So it means that it spent the entire 12 months up to December. That's why we were able to fully depreciate it at 15% like you are seeing right there. Now let's go on to machine B. Machine B in 2016. Does machine B exist in 2016? If you look at our information here, machine B was bought on 1st September 2017. So if it was bought on 1st September 2017, it means in 2016 it does not exist. So here it is not applicable. There's nothing to depreciate as far as that is concerned. So machine B didn't exist in 2016, so we come to 2017. Remember, these years are running from 1st January to 31st December, right? Because according to our question, the accounting date is 31st December, so meaning we are beginning from 1st January, the 12-month period. But if you look at this, the machine was bought within the year of 2017, of 1st September 2017, at that cost of 4,000. So we can begin firstly by the cost of machine B was, 4,000. So it was bought at 4,000. Then its depreciation definitely is going to be reducing balance 15%, but this 15% is per annum, or in other words, the 15% is per 12 months. That's what we mean by per annum, but per 12 months. But in this case, the machine was bought during the year, that is in September of 2017. So if it was bought during the year, that is of September of 2017, it simply means that the machine B, as far as 2017 is concerned, did not exist the entire 12 months. So if it was bought on 1st September, we shall count September. It was there the whole of September, October, November, December. So it means this machine was in 2017 was used for 4 months. So if it was used for 4 months, it means that as far as depreciation is concerned, we are going to only depreciate that machine for the 4 months it was existing. So it means our calculation here for depreciation is going to be, it's going to be 15% of the cost, which is 4,000. But that 15% of 4,000, this is depreciation for the whole year. But we know that the machine was not in existence for the entire year. It was in existence for only 4 months. So it means we shall multiply that by the 4 months out of the 12, like that. So times 4 over 12, and then the depreciation we get there is 200. So when we subtract that 200 right there, we end up with 400 minus 200, we shall, 4,000 minus the 200, we shall end up with 3,800. Okay, so that is it, 3,800. So then next year, that is 2018, its cost was 3,800. That is the cost at the beginning. Then its depreciation during the year. Of course, now in that year, it is there fully for the whole year. So its depreciation is going to be 15. Multiply that by 3,800. So that is going to give us 570. When we subtract that, we shall end up with 3,230. Like that. 3,230. Okay, I wanted to use this as red. Let me rub it. All right. So we have finished depreciating machine B. So let's look at machine C. Same machine C. From our question here, you can see that on 1st May 2018, machine C was bought and it cost 3,000. So it was bought in 2018. What does that mean? It means that machine C never existed in 2016. So here it's not there. So it never existed also in 2017. It's not there. Machine C existed in 2018. But it was not bought at the beginning of 2018. It was bought in May of 2018. So if it was bought in May of 2018, So how many months between May of 2018 and December? How long did it exist? Remember, it was bought on 1st May 2018. So that's going to become 1st May 2018. That is May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. How many months are those? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months. So this machine C existed for 8 months. Knowing that now it existed for 8 months, shall come here and say the cost of this machine when it was bought, the cost was 3,000. So we shall come and say 3,000, that's the cost. Then its depreciation, the depreciation of that machine is definitely going to be 15%. So it's going to become 15%. Multiply that by 3,000. But that is depreciation for the whole year, but it only existed for 8 months. So it's going to be times 8/12. And so what does that give us? That gives us 300. So when we subtract the depreciation for that year, we shall end up with 3,700. Okay, so we have depreciated all the 3 machines. Now we get back. Are we answering the question? Remember, the question says that if you look back at the question, you need to always exercise this after writing. Check if you've answered the question required. They want the calculations for, the calculations for depreciation for 2018. So the calculation for depreciation, we have given them. So we shall simply come here and say total depreciation for 2018 is going to be those things that I've put in black for 2018. The depreciation calculations in black, which is 216.75 plus 570. 570 is the depreciation for machine B in 2018 plus 300, which happens to be the depreciation for machine C. The 216.75 is the depreciation for machine A in 2018, and when we add that up, we end up with 1,086.75, which is approximately if we are round off 1,087. So that's the depreciation charge for the year 2018, and in so doing, we have answered that question. So the important thing here to note is the fact that some of these machines are depreciated partially, like they do not receive a full year's depreciation. You just have to consider that by default. However, there are some cases where they will ask you, they will indicate it in an exam. They say that if a machine has been bought in the middle of the year, give a full year's depreciation. When they put such conditions in such questions, then it doesn't matter whether the machine was bought at the beginning of the year or at the end of the year. You just apply a full year's depreciation. So it's always going to depend on how the question has been set. However, if the question has been set and it is silent on whether the depreciation is supposed to be full year, whether the machine has been in existence for just a few months, if it's silent on that provision, always assume that you're supposed to depreciate the machine depending on the number of months it has been in existence, or in other words, you're supposed to time apportion the depreciation. However, if the time apportionment is to be done away with, then it is always included in the question. Yeah, that's it for this session. We'll continue with depreciation in the next session. My name is Arnold Rangakoramia. This is Kisembo Business.